What's good, everyone? It's your boy Sifu G, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, like, subscribe and share my work. Also follow us on Esoteric Warrior Online on YouTube, as we put stuff up there as well that is not on this channel. So big thank you to everyone that's been buying the book. I know there's a lot of good stuff in there, and today I just want to touch on one part of the book called the Saam, the 3 body shapes. One of the customers had bought it and just wants to ask if I do a quick video on how I do it and explain a little bit. It's much more detail in the book, of course, so I'm just going to give you something quick. It's on page 76. And you can find that book on Lulu. They're selling very well and people are super happy, so thank you so much for everyone, because it just makes all this worth it, right? So the Saam Yin, 3 shapes. Those 3 shapes are used for offensive and defensive, right? And each shape can cancel out the other. So to understand the shapes, each form contains all these shapes, and a person that knows the system well will understand all the different body shapes when they're teaching it. And that's when you know that you're mastering a form, when you know every single bit about the body, the poetry and how it relates with form and what you're doing. So that book is so in depth that it's great for everyone to get that type of research in, so the practice has a little bit more oomph to it and a little bit more understanding. So the first shape, Yuen, is the shoulders are parallel, right? So if you held your hands like the shape of a basket, the shoulders should be mirror in each other. So that's Yuen. The next one is Bein, which means one of the shoulders is more forward than the other, left or right, depending on what you're doing. And a good way to remember that is like your Bein Choi, right? Because when you do your Bein Choi, you're in that big body shape. Thank you to the Hues. Anyway, so the first one, circular, Yuen, Bein, and then Bak is when you're more side to the person, right? They call that thin. So you're making your body shape harder or this part of your body a little bit harder to hit, right? So let's have a look at how these work in regards to, okay, well what's the hell is Yuen? Circular. So if you look at a lot of Thai boxes, they're very, even though it's called circular, it's square on. So you see the Thai boxes are very square on, a lot of them, but they also change. But when you've got a sparring partner, the way they shape up can tell you a lot. So you get this little feedback just by the way they're standing. You can start to see what type of fighter they could be and what style of fighter. So going back, once you do your forms properly, and it takes years just to get to Jigbo, a good year. So knowing the whole form, Chernbo Kyun, Jigbo Kyun and so on, you got to master every body shape, because every body shape then changes the Sabti Ying of the body, the power grid, the Su Sabti, the Dai Sabti. Not forgetting when you change in that body shape, your stance, so your Yulma will change. you got your 5 different hip placements, right? So do you really know your form that well that you can say this posture does this and it relates with this, and this out of the book? And that's the beauty of having all that information, because it makes you a more well-rounded practitioner, rather than you just copying a form of a video or a teacher that has no idea about any of this, and the whole form is the same shape and stance is the same stance right throughout. It doesn't fit with the 3 shapes at all. So you got to learn how to use the body well, and how the chest opens and closes during those 3 body shapes. A boxer, Western boxer, you'll see them more one shoulder forward. Thai boxer will be like this, and then you've got fighters that will use from the side position, and they might utilize their longer arms and kicks, right? So all of them are in your form and within the system, and every single one must be mastered. How to fight from just being square or round, right? How to fight from oval shape. And if you look at the Philly shell, that's a oval shape, right? We call that monk fanning, right? That's a Philly shell in boxing. So, knowing your 3 shapes, how to counter each shape, can only come with 2 people constantly sparring and touch and bridge, and learning how to use those 3 shapes for their power, their distance, because being square like this, I need to get a little bit closer. I can now fire, when I'm in the Yuen shape, I'm in between the short, middle and long range, right? So sometimes on a defense, if someone's moving in, you might automatically just go straight to Bak, right? Thin, and just get away and get your distance, and then change back. Shapeshifters. So they're the 3 body shapes, and that changes your whole perspective of the art. It should make you research every move, and when you're stepping and moving with your moves, write it down. What body shape is it? Which way is the hip moving? Da 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 da. What Ying is used to release the force, and such and such. So it's so in depth in the book, but I thought I'd just quickly get on and just give you something just so you can see. Another way to practice something like that is you can start in, just say you do the Yin Jiao, you're in what shape? Come on. Oval. Alright, and then if I punched, I'm in round, Yuen. Alright, and then if I grab and step and pull in and turn the pinjin choi, now I'm in the Bak, thin shape. So when you go through your forms, look for those 3 circles, or the 3 circles, the 3 shapes, and write down each movement in the forms that are in the book. There's 4 hand forms, and work out. Write it all down and be the master of understanding what you're actually doing within the forms, rather than you just doing form after form and you have no idea about the body shapes and how it works with the power and all that. So get the book. It's got a lot of in-depth information, but those body shapes are a must to know in Bak Mei Kung Fu. Alright, till next time, Esoteric Warrior, Pacific G, peace out.